I bet you didn't know just how much AI is already woven into your everyday life. Hi, I'm Pankaj Sharma and I'll be your guide as we explore the real impact of artificial intelligence. So, you've probably heard it a million times by now. AI is everywhere. It's in the headlines, it's the buzzword in every tech keynote, and it's probably powering some of the apps on your phone right now. It's this huge, abstract concept that's supposed to be changing the world. But I think for a lot of us, it can feel a little distant. We hear about these massive language models and complex algorithms, but the question I keep coming back to is, how is it actually changing our daily lives? Not in some far-off future, but right now, today. What are the tangible, real-world impacts that you and I can actually see and feel? That's what I want to dive into. We're going to peel back the layers of hype and look at the practical applications. It's easy to get lost in the sci-fi narratives, but the real story is arguably even more interesting. It's about subtle shifts and powerful new tools that are quietly revolutionizing entire industries from the inside out. We're not talking about robot butlers just yet, but the groundwork being laid is fundamentally altering how we approach some of the most critical parts of our society. It's less about a single aha moment and more about a steady, powerful current of change. Specifically, we're going to break down 4 key sectors where AI is already a major player: healthcare, finance, education, and cybersecurity. These are pillars of our modern world, and AI is not just knocking on the door. It's already in the building, redesigning the floor plan. We'll look at how it's helping doctors save lives, how it's protecting our money, how it's changing the way we learn, and how it's fighting a new generation of digital threats. So, let's get into it. This is AI in the real world. First up, healthcare. This is one of those areas where the stakes are incredibly high and the potential for AI is just massive. Think about diagnostics. For years, a diagnosis has relied on a doctor's training, experience, and ability to spot patterns in things like X-rays, MRIs, or tissue samples. It's a skill that takes decades to perfect. But now we have AI models that can be trained on millions of these images, way more than any single human could ever review in a lifetime. These algorithms are getting incredibly good at spotting subtle anomalies like the earliest signs of a tumor or retinal damage, sometimes with a level of accuracy that matches or even surpasses a trained radiologist. It's not about replacing the doctor, but about giving them a super-powered assistant. And it goes beyond just spotting things. We're talking about personalized treatment plans, your genetic makeup, your lifestyle, your medical history. All of these data points can be fed into an AI system to predict how you might respond to a certain medication or therapy. Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, treatment can be tailored specifically to you, maximizing effectiveness and minimizing side effects. This is precision medicine, and it's a huge leap forward. Imagine a system that can analyze thousands of clinical trials and patient outcomes to recommend the single best course of action for your specific condition. That's the direction we're heading. Then there's drug discovery, which has historically been this incredibly slow and expensive process. It can take over a decade and billions of dollars to bring a new drug to market. AI is changing that game completely. Researchers are using machine learning to simulate how different molecular compounds might interact with diseases at a biological level. This allows them to identify promising drug candidates in a fraction of the time it would normally take. The AI can sift through vast chemical libraries and predict which ones are most likely to be effective and safe, dramatically accelerating the pipeline from the lab to the pharmacy. It's a fundamental shift in how we fight disease. Alright, next up, finance. If there's one thing the financial world has in spades, it's data. And where there's data, AI can thrive. One of the most immediate and impactful uses is in fraud detection. Every time you swipe your credit card, an AI algorithm is working in the background, analyzing the transaction in real time. It's looking at the location, the amount, the merchant, your typical spending habits, dozens of variables. If anything seems out of the ordinary, like a purchase in a different country 2 minutes after you bought coffee down the street, it can instantly flag the transaction as potentially fraudulent and alert you. This happens billions of times a day, protecting consumers and banks from massive losses. Then you have the high-stakes world of algorithmic trading. This isn't new, but modern AI has taken it to a whole other level. We're talking about sophisticated models that can analyze market trends, financial news, and even social media sentiment to make split-second trading decisions. These systems can process information far faster than any human trader and execute trades based on complex predictive models. It's a controversial area for sure, but there's no denying the massive impact it has on the stock market. The speed and volume of these AI-driven trades basically set the pace for the entire financial ecosystem, but it's not all about Wall Street. AI is also making its way into our personal finance apps. Think about the tools that help you budget, track spending, and plan for retirement. Many of these are now powered by AI that can categorize your expenses automatically, identify areas where you can save money, and offer personalized financial advice. Some apps can analyze your income and spending patterns to suggest how much you can afford to invest each month or help you build a portfolio that matches your risk tolerance. It's like having a personal financial advisor right in your pocket, making sophisticated financial management more accessible to everyone. Okay, let's switch gears to education. This is a field that has been ripe for disruption for a long time, and AI is starting to provide some really interesting tools. The big idea here is personalized learning. In a traditional classroom of 30 kids, it's impossible for one teacher to give every student individualized attention. But an AI-powered learning platform can. It can track a student's progress in real time, identifying exactly which concepts they're struggling with and which ones they've mastered. The software can then adapt the curriculum on the fly, offering extra practice problems for difficult topics or letting advanced students jump ahead. One of the most time-consuming tasks for any teacher is grading. Essays, homework, quizzes, it all adds up to hours and hours of work. AI is stepping in to help automate this. For multiple choice and fill in the blank questions, this is pretty straightforward. But now, natural language processing models are getting good enough to grade essays and short answer questions, checking for things like grammar, structure, and even the coherence of the argument. This doesn't take the teacher out of the loop entirely, but it frees them up from the most tedious parts of grading, so they can spend more quality time actually teaching and mentoring students. And then there's the concept of virtual tutors. Imagine having access to an AI tutor 24/7 that can help you with your math, homework, or practice a new language. These AI-driven chatbots and platforms can answer student questions, provide step-by-step explanations for complex problems, and offer interactive exercises. If you're stuck on an algebra equation at 10 p.m., you don't have to wait until the next day to ask your teacher. You can get immediate help. This kind of on-demand academic support can be a game changer for students, helping to level the playing field and make learning more accessible outside of school hours. And finally, let's talk about cybersecurity. In the digital world, we are in a constant arms race between attackers and defenders, and AI has become a critical weapon for the good guys. The sheer volume of data and traffic on any corporate network is impossible for a human team to monitor manually. AI-powered threat detection systems, however, can analyze billions of data points per second. They learn what normal network activity looks like, creating a baseline. Then they watch for any deviation from that baseline, an unusual data transfer, a login from a strange location, or a process behaving weirdly, which could be the first sign of a cyber attack. This allows for a much more proactive approach to security. Instead of just reacting to an attack after the damage is done, AI can help prevent it from happening in the first place. These systems can identify vulnerabilities in a network and predict where an attacker is most likely to strike. If a new type of malware is detected anywhere in the world, an AI network can instantly learn its signature and distribute that knowledge to protect millions of other systems within minutes. This is a huge advantage in a world where new threats emerge every single day. The speed of AI is its biggest asset here. Beyond just networks, AI is also crucial for securing our sensitive data. Think about all the personal information stored by companies: your name, address, financial details. AI algorithms can be used to automatically classify data, identifying what's sensitive and applying the right security protocols to protect it. They can also monitor who is accessing that data and flag any suspicious behavior, like an employee suddenly trying to download a huge database of customer information. It's about building intelligent, self-defending systems that can adapt to an ever-evolving threat landscape, keeping our digital lives just a little bit safer. So, there you have it. From helping doctors diagnose diseases earlier, to protecting your bank account from fraud, to personalizing how students learn, to defending our digital infrastructure from attacks. AI isn't just a concept anymore. It's a practical tool that's already making a real, measurable impact in some of the most important parts of our lives. It's working quietly in the background, making systems smarter, faster, and more efficient. The key takeaway here is that it's mostly a tool for augmentation, not replacement. It's about empowering the experts, the doctors, the teachers, the security analysts with better information to make better decisions. These are just a few ways AI is making a real impact, and we've really only scratched the surface. Each of these fields is a deep rabbit hole on its own, with new innovations happening all the time. The progress is happening so fast that a video like this could be outdated in just a year. But the core trend remains the same. Data-driven intelligence is being woven into the fabric of our society. For me, the application in healthcare is probably the most profound, but the quiet efficiency of it in finance is also super impressive. Which one surprised you the most? I'm curious to hear what you think. Is there another area where you've seen AI making a big difference? Let us know down in the comments. I'll be reading through them. And of course, if you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay on top of the tech that's shaping our world, make sure you're subscribed for more tech insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.